Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the match reaction. Everton 4, Brentford 1 in the FA Cup at Goodison Park today. A new era for Everton is underway with Frank Lampard, and Everton have scored 4 goals. Incredible scenes at Goodison today. A lot of anticipation over this one. People very excited, I think, to get to Goodison. The Rafa Benitez days are done, and people are looking forward again. And obviously Frank Lampard, an appointment that has caught a lot of people's imagination, and today that played out in terms of the atmosphere, in terms of the feeling. There was an energy about Goodison Park today that I think has been missing for a while, probably since Carlo Ancelotti first came in, and then before then for a number of years. I just felt there's a real positivity about it at the moment. But it is early days. It's one game. It's the first week. Of course, there's going to be people excited. The manager picked a team that there was probably a little bit of a surprise. He went with 3 centre backs. Mykolenko back in the side to add us a little bit of balance on that left hand side with the left foot. Went with Michael Keane, Ben Godfrey, Mason Holgate as the back 3. Seamus Coleman as the right wing back. Allen and Andre Gomez in midfield, and then 3 forwards in terms of Demarai Gray, Anthony Gordon and Richarlison. No Dominic Calvert-Lewin, remember. And Everton started well. I think the game started good tempo. There was clear differences in the way Everton played right from the word go. The way they passed the ball, the way Allen dropped in, Gomez dropped in and wanted to take it. Jordan Pickford was being used a bit more, using his ability. And a real sea change from Rafa Benitez's tactics. And Carlo Ancelotti's, I think, as well. I think that has to be said. Lampard really trying to put a stamp on it early on. There'll be teething problems, there's no doubt about it. And listen, like I said before, you can't get carried away with it. But it was a good start today. There's still those moments, I'll be honest, sometimes when they're knocking around at the back and going back to Pickford. There was a couple of heart in the mouth moments in this one, but in general there was a change in the way they played, which is good to see. I guess early on, that pattern of play, almost that philosophy that he wants to play with, kind of seen today. Thought it was a good start. Everton starting under pressure, putting them under pressure immediately. Brentford, and Richarlison fizzed the left foot shot just wide of the post. Anthony Gordon fired one over after a good run. Everton carrying a real attacking threat. Demarai Gray at the centre of everything as well. Brentford had one good effort where Andre Gomez just didn't pick his man up. Mykolenko caught between 2. Gomez didn't pick the runner up, and Brentford ended up with a good shot, as Jordan Pickford say. But the Blues took the lead. Good play midfield, came to Gomez. There was space in front of him. He hit a really good strike, which keeper Reyes tipped it over the bar. And from the resulting corner, Everton scored. Demarai Gray, deep corner, and Yerry Mina, who'd come on as an early substitute for Ben Godfrey, bullet and the header into the corner to give Everton the lead. Sent Goodison into raptures, really. And we could have got more goals. Richarlison a couple of times going close. Demarai Gray, good runs, and a couple of, on occasion should have just laid the ball off. Seamus Coleman had a good run. And we were really putting Brentford on the back foot. They knocked it round, quite decently, but without really having a cutting edge. Ivan Toney was a pain in the arse for everyone. But he's a handful. But I thought Everton controlled it quite well. Went in 1-0 at the break. And, got actually be clapped off at half time, which says it all. It says how much the fans were enjoying it. Came out for the second half and got themselves 2 goals in front quite early on. Great ball by Allen to get Richarlison away, and he lifted it past Raya to give Everton a 2-goal cushion. And it did send Goodison into raptures. And it was good to see a manager celebrating goals. We hadn't really seen it. Carlo was quite cool, calm and collected. Benitez was writing on his little piece of paper every time. Well, we didn't score that many, but when we did. But, we hadn't really seen it since Dunk. A manager celebrating with the fans. Frank Lampard was fully on the celebration train. And from a position of being in total command, Everton give a penalty away. a ball through to Ivan Toney, Jordan Pickford come out. I thought it was a harsh penalty, but I am saying that without seeing it again. So people who've watched it and watched the replays might be laughing at me saying it might be a stonewall penalty. But to me, it looked like a harsh penalty. Toney looked like, first of all, I thought he was offside. Secondly, it looked like he went down quite easily. But if it's a penalty, it's a penalty. He stood up. The referee gave it. He stood up, slotted it brilliantly into the corner to make it nervy. Then a 2-1 when you've been in control of the game. You're thinking, oh, here we go again. But you know what Everton did? They were brave on the ball. They got on the ball again. They worked hard. Anthony Gordon done absolutely fantastic to close down one of the Brentford players, defenders in possession, and he ended up winning a corner. And from that resulting corner, the ball coming, Mina got a flick on, and Mason Holgate was there to knock it in for 3-1. Settled everybody down and kind of took the wind out of Brentford's sails. It meant that Brentford basically were just playing, hopefully trying to just grab something from somewhere without any real pattern of play. They had no cutting edge really, and Everton were able to, to really attack at pace and almost added another couple of goals. The manager then made some changes, brought on people like John Joe Kenny, come on for Mykolenko. I thought had a decent game really. You can see he needs work. There's no question about that, but he's got Leighton Baines and Ashley Cole now at the club to help him out positionally, and maybe I think if I'm gonna criticise him, it's just have a bit more conviction in what you're doing. Commit yourself forward, get your left foot going, get balls into dangerous areas. But I'm sure they'll do that, and stop crosses, please have some fullbacks that stop crosses. I thought he'd done all right. John Joe Kenny came on for him and thought he'd done well when he was on. Some good bits of defending from Kenny. We had the introduction of Andros Townsend, Alex Iwobi, Shenk Tosin came on as well. I'll be honest, I was a little bit disappointed not to see Nathan Patterson, and I'd like to Gabaman to have come on as well. But Patterson especially, because I think he is our future right back, and it would have been nice to get him some minutes, give him his debut. But obviously Frank Lampard will decide when that's the best time to do it. But Everton, there was still time for a fourth Everton goal, and it was the best goal of the lot. Good little move. Shenk Tosin done fantastic. Good showing from a striker, nice and strong. Held it up, laid it back. Lovely little flick by Alex Iwobi, and Andros Townsend just inside the penalty area on that left foot, trusty left foot, fizzed it beyond Raya to make it 4-1. It was a great strike, and when Townsend gets in that range, your confidence, he'll at least hit the target. And he slotted it brilliantly for 4-1, and that's the cherry on the cake. A great day, Everton into the 5th round of the FA Cup. Great win, great start for Frank Lampard. Fans were brilliant. Hopefully now, that little bit of confidence. Brentford are a Premier League team, and we've swept them aside. And hopefully that will give Everton the confidence we need, because there will be bumps in the road. There's no question about that. There will be games where we lose in the league and we're all going to be a little bit nervous. It's just where we find ourselves at the moment. But, we all stick together. We all get behind the manager and the coaching staff, and we get behind these players. We can get sorted this season, and the manager then can calm everything down in the summer and really plan for what he wants to do with a clean slate in the summer. But it's a brilliant start, and it feels great just to win a football match again. So there you go. Man of the match, I'm going to give it to... it's a tough one, this, because I thought Allen and Gomez were really good in midfield. But I thought Anthony Gordon was fantastic. But I'm going to give it to Andre Gomez, because I think that was the kind of game we need to see from him. The ability is there. Okay, sometimes he takes a few chances, but his passing, he was strong on the ball. So I'm going to give it to Andre Gomez. He's my man of the match. There you go. That's my match reaction. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. And if you want more videos, join us over on Patreon. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day. See you later.